Hello friends, welcome to Liquid Bird. I am Ashutosh with the next video on Payload, a rocket theme based card game. We have discussed about payload cards, the parts of the rocket, and the attributes associated with each part, as well as that the rockets are going to cost us a particular money for based on the attributes that the parts have. Now, the question is, how do players earn this contract card, which is why they are going to build rockets? So, in the real world, different manufacturers bid for these payload contracts, and in those bids, they basically bid on different technologies they use, as well as the cost that they are going to charge those payload providers for sending this payload to space. Now, we have used a similar mechanic in our game to conclude how a payload contract will be uh, earned by a manufacturer or say our company. So each player starts with a bid card. The bid card has different numbers written over here. You can bid any one of them by directly calling out the row number and column number. So basically, if green wants to bid 17, what he's going to do is call out the number BW, which will be again checked later on, and that will turn out to be 17. And similarly for red people, red player, it is going to be, let's say, somewhat 16, so he'll be calling AW. All these numbers are different for different rows and column for each player. Why do we need this bid card is a question. So to understand that, if somebody is going to bid, let's say, directly by calling the number 11, other people also tend to call out the same number, and then there are times where players actually land into dispute that I called first, then, and that spoils the experience of the game. So you can bid directly the money by calling out the number if it suits you, but we'll give this bid card as an option. Now, how the bid is concluded is, basically the lowest bid wins here, because it is the money that we are going to charge the payload provider. So the payload provider basically will give this contract to the one who is charging the least. And for example, here we bid 17 for green player and 16 for the red player. So this contract card will go to this red player. Now there are few things that you need to keep in mind, and that is, you are going to build a rocket based on the requirements of the payload. So if you underbid a lot, you might suffer financial loss, which may eventually lead to loss in the game. And if you bid too high, the other player may get, let's say, may bid slightly lesser than you, and then win this payload contract on a sufficient price. So basically, you have to kind of bid against each other so that you get at least sufficient money for this payload and avoid others from taking advantage of you bidding too high. That's something that players needs to figure out, and once they start playing the game.